The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show.
Welcome to the MG Show, where we were right again. And all the evidence that we have to prove it, all these little CIA shills saying that we're the CIA. Shady Groove, we need a victory lap today.
It's the day you have found yourself at the beginning of a victory lap because, yes, sir.
It's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday, and we've already got a Daily Beast article that calls someone an effing loser. But now to go on top of that, we've got somebody coming out there and admitting to you that the CIA is helping us fix our voting system. Jeff.
Wow.
It's amazing what's going on.
Yeah, and remember, does anything ever get accomplished? You know, General Flynn raised a lot of money. Patrick Byrne raised a lot of money, and nothing ever got accomplished. In fact, Tina Peters, he helped that, and she's still in jail. Wow.
Yeah, because they put her there in a way that they can't get her out so that they can blame that on Donald Trump also.
Yeah.
Everything's Donald
Trump's ready to
fault.
join Trump now, says one good eye. He's not joining Trump. Trump knows that he's a effing loser, okay? And we've known that Trump knows for a long time. Maybe that's why the attacks on this show, Shady.
I would think that that's the reason because, you know, Jeff, that nobody else could quite see through the veil, could they? And so the people that see through the veil first are going to be the most highlighted, if you will. And so I just find it very interesting that, you know, the likes of Draw and Strike and all these other people that have like made all this number of posts calling us countless different things, including CIA shills and clowns, have been taking all their information about us from who?
The CIA.
Oh, that's overdue.
CIA is here, pray. In fact, Dan Scavino has a video with final countdown. And that goes to post 128.
And also, we didn't talk about this morning, but he posted at 128 last night with the Hudson interview of himself, the 10-minute clip. That was at 128.
Yeah, and so the music was final countdown, bro.
And so that post hits the Delta 128 where CIA is here, pray. Last night, guys.
Yeah. And let's just, what are you talking about, Jeff?
We're just making stuff up. The two of us, we get on here and we banter back and forth like a bunch of numbnuts, and you can't make tails or heads of what we're talking about.
So it's the final countdown. This is the map, okay? This is the map, 128. This is the key, okay?
The map means, let me explain it real quick. The map means this is the first 128 drops that Q put out, and it's organized. Q was working with the people on the boards to make a single graphic that had every post from the first 128 drops in it. And with that post fixed and finished, Q made the, I thought you were going to read it. Q made that comment.
Well, I'm going to read it. Yep. So, and it talks about the CIA setting POTUS up, okay? Brennan, hello, Brennan. Brennan.
Hang on.
Hello.
McFly.
I'd like to address Greg Jewell. No arrest, no conviction, no nothing. The wheels of justice move slow. You've got, who do you have right now that's being indicted, Shady Grove? You've got James Comey. These people, you're falling for the CIA psyop, Greg Jewell. You are CIA, essentially, by default, even if you know it or not.
It's a black pill, and they want you to take the black pill. They want you to take the cynic black pill because we know here on the MG show, let me inform you, that 60 to 70% of all this stuff is never going to come or see the light of day because we're trying to save the country. So the reality of the situation is what does not see the light of day is irrelevant to me. What's relevant to me is that we win every single day by exposing the darkness to you. That's what we are doing here. And we continue to do that no matter how dark you want to be. We're going to keep turning that candle on every morning whenever we go live from 12 to 2 here for 7 years for you guys now. We're getting ready to wrap up our 7th season doing this and taking the heat from these people just like this numbnut that we haven't even told you what we're talking about yet.
Yeah, but let's read this first because Dan Scavino, final countdown at the Hudson Center speech. Okay, so Q Post 128 is 11/9/2017. And it says this: trip added, coordinated effort to misdirect, guide to reading the crumbs necessary to continue. Now you're going to notice CIA sinful one
is
here.
Right.
And those are all
highlighted, outlined.
Yeah, I have a graphic to this too. It's really good. But so we knew that Q told you that the CIA was on the boards. Now the CIA has infiltrated the boards and they don't like us. So I'm happy. That is a badge of honor, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm happy for that. Still, trip added coordinated effort to misdirect, guide to reading the crumbs necessary to continue. Attached graphic is correct. The attached graphic, this one. Okay, that's correct. Linked graphics are incorrect and false. Graphic is necessary and vital. Timestamps and order is critical. Review graphic in full each day post-news release. Learn to distinguish between relevant and non-relevant news. Disinformation is real. Disinformation is necessary for them. XUSMLNG1 false SA true. Why was this necessary? What questions were asked regarding Saudi Arabia prior to Saudi Arabia events? Why is this relevant? Think mirror. Look here. Look there, or here, or there. Truth is behind you. What is a map? Why is a map useful? What is a legend? Why is a legend useful? What is a sequence? Why is this relevant? When does a map become a guide? What is a keystone? Everything stated is relevant. Everything. Future provides past. Map provides picture. Picture provides 40,000-foot view. And we read this yesterday, by the way. 40,000-foot view. We talked about
we did
economics. Picture provides 40,000-foot view versus 40,000-foot view is classified. Why is a map useful? Think direction. Think full picture. Who controls the narrative? Who controls the narrative? Why is this relevant? What is a spell? Who is asleep? Dissemination. Attention on deck. There's an active war on for your mind. Who says that, Shady Groove? Who says there's a war on for your mind?
Bill Cooper.
No.
Oh.
Alex Jones.
Oh.
Wars. There's a war on for your mind.
A war on. Okay. I thought I was misunderstanding you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I put you on the spot. Be prepared. Operations underway. This is pray. See pray? Be prepared. Operations underway. Operators active. Graphic is essential. Find the key. Stone. Moves and counter moves they never thought she would lose. Snow White. Godfather 3. Iron Eagle. Q. Now, why are you bringing up post 128 when it's because of the timestamp, Dan Scavino, and the final countdown? Has Q talked about countdown, Shady Groove?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the map. Okay, so if someone would please maybe grab the video that we have here of the map that we can share with people that might want to get caught up and understand, instead of like, so you can go through and we read in this episode, we'll read all of the first 128 drops, so you can get for yourself. And you don't need interpretation with this stuff, guys. You don't need like,
you mean it's not cryptic like Donnie O'Sullivan says?
No, it's not, because it says it right there in that post. This is a map and it's a legend. What is a map? A map is an outline of an area. What's a legend? A legend is the specifics about how you know how to read the map. So essentially, you read all of those drops and you get an idea of how vast the conspiracy is, what it entails, which players are relevant. I've actually made a list of all the players that are mentioned, a cast of characters in that first 128 drops. That's the players in the game that we're all dealing with. And the interesting thing is how relevant Flynn was. Flynn is the most important thing in that whole map, because Flynn is the single thread that ties Donald Trump to Russia. The way that they made that happen is the interesting thing that all of these digital operators that are under Flynn's guide can't seem to understand, don't want to uncover, or won't look at when presented with exact perfect evidence put in front of them. They will ignore it and tell us, oh, you're making me think too much.
Yeah.
How many of these people, like Awakened Outlaw, Badlands Media, Jordan Sather, Praying Medic, all of these people that were associated with Q completely 100% told us we were CIA and went with the Patrick Byrne CIA narratives.
Yeah.
Which we haven't even gotten to Patrick Byrne yet.
No, and we're going to get to that right now, because people are like, what are you talking about? So this is a victory lap for us, because we even showed you that General Flynn received a CIA coin from Brennan. We showed you that he was all of this that we've dug on Flynn is now 100% accurate, guys, and relevant.
And he's also a great friend of Comey.
Yeah, great friend.
Great friend. He said
and
that, like, we're not making
Trump.
We're not making that up. Like, these are words from his mouth.
Yeah. So let's just, when Patrick Byrne was on our show 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6, I don't know.
It was about 3 weeks after the election, when Donald Trump lost in 2020. He came on. We were supposed to have Sidney Powell on that day. Joe Flynn booked Sidney Powell to come on our show that day, and she backed away that morning.
Sidney Powell, go ahead.
The CIA booked Sidney Powell to come on our show, and and then she canceled. So the CIA brought the CIA guy who said he was a FBI guy. The CIA came on the show and told us he was an Operation Snow Globe FBI guy.
That's right. Projection of CIA assets. That's right. And so, what's his name? Patrick Byrne was, he said, wait till you find out who I'm working with. And we come to know now that it's Brennan, okay? From his own admission, guys, okay?
His own lips. You're not going to believe what he said.
So the rich dude who was helping set up the Russia collusion hoax, he admits that he helped set up the Russian collusion hoax under Brennan, guys. Okay. So the rich dude that helped set up the Russian collusion hoax has been funding the military dude who was used to set up Trump. Do you guys understand this?
Are we live?
Are we live? Now, let's go ahead and play what we need to play here. Here we go. Okay. And this is Emerald Robinson, and Mike Lindell. You've got the CIA on your network, and you wonder why you're broke now. Okay, we love you, Mike. Make a clean break.
You need to get away from these people, dude.
Here we go.
That's huge. That's 2 huge bombshells right now. But I can't ignore the third. You just told us that you are CIA, sir. So how would you describe your role with the CIA, which you haven't revealed before?
Well, again, I was telling the truth when I said they frequently was reminded that you have a really non-standard relationship. It became kind of my mother relationship. I had lots of relationships across the government, but eventually I went from there to, by 2010, 2011, Obama, I became something called a tier 1 intelligence asset. And then in 2010, 2011, Obama elevated me to national intelligence asset. I was told I was going to be the ace in the hole for all kinds of, for the real tough situations from 2010, that was after working for Brennan for 4 or 5 years. And then I continued doing all that stuff through 2016. and all this crazy stuff happened that I've told you about, where we set up the Russian hoax. That's why, I mean, I've talked around it because I was trying to hide that, but I've told these stories about how I got drawn into setting up the Russian hoax, and Hillary, this and that. There was a little bit of fibbing there. I didn't want to explain the whole truth. I was doing that. I didn't just stumble into it. I was their go-to asset. I was the national intelligence asset. First, I got pulled under Brennan in 2006, and then 2011, I got moved into the White House. That's why I got mixed up in the Russian collusion and the Hillary stuff.
And there's actually a docu-series that General Michael Flynn produced about your life story, and this will make more sense now that you've shared this information if you go back and watch that docu-series. Why are you sharing this information now, Patrick? As we're looking at Venezuela, we're talking about a rigged election. It seems to me that you feel that this is an important part of you that you need to let the people know. Why?
I've danced around long enough and it's not working. And the regret of my life is that I spent the first Trump term trying to dance around within my constraints. Buffett said, Patrick, when I went to see him, it was like my rabbi, he said, Patrick, just go on television and tell everything. And I just said I couldn't do that, but I went and told enough trying to shape. And I've had enough. We're having insurrection. We have an insurrection going on. People calling, these people calling, and don't you hate how that they say, well, we're not saying disobey Trump. We're just saying that if he gives you illegal orders, which is theoretically, then it's time for you to disobey Trump. So I want to tell people in the military who I know watch your show that theoretically, if you have officers, generals or colonels who try to get you to take part in a color revolution, please kill them for us citizens. Just shoot them in the face. We'll appreciate it. Theoretically.
Guys, did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? Like all of your people out there are getting ready to start amplifying this. All the people, these InfoWars nuts, are getting ready to amplify this like this is a good reality here. What did he just tell you? He literally just told you to do what it was that Slotkin and Mark Kelly are telling people to do, guys. The messaging has synced up. This
CIA
is
messaging.
Real. The mainstream media CIA messaging is syncing up with the Alex Jones InfoWars messaging, which is syncing up with the Flynn Network messaging at the same time, all against Donald Trump as he goes out to the campaign trail for the first time and getting ready to take all these people out of office, put a whole slew of new people in office that these people aren't going to have tentacles connected to, so that they have to stop him, guys. They have to weaken MAGA.
So let me just pull back. Slotkin is an admitted CIA high-ranking officer, guys. Okay. Patrick Byrne just admitted he was CIA, guys. When people tell you who they are,
he just told ranking members of the military to kill your commander if you think he's giving you an illegal order. He said that, guys.
Theoretically.
You not understand what that didn't seem like theoretical to me.
No, he had to add that because, yeah. Mm-hmm. So basically what you're seeing is the whole CIA network, InfoWars included, okay? Now, I want to show you a post that I wrote last night while we were kind of talking about this. My God, Shady. And then we'll get to Liz Broken.
I don't really even know how to talk about this. This is so crazy.
Let me
everything that we said. Yep, you're doing good. Everything that has been said from these people, okay, you have to understand they were desperate. Whenever we got onto their game, Patrick Byrne and General Flynn, the two of them brought us along with 150 other media content creators into what they called the Leadership Council. They are giving these people money. All these people that are the Owen Schroyer, InfoWars, Hodgkins twins, all these people that are getting money. They were in the meeting. All of them were in the meeting there. Whenever we walked away, so they were going to raise $100 million for General Flynn's foundations for Patrick Byrne and General Flynn. Did General Flynn?
So you're saying the CIA did that, Shady?
I'm telling you. And they were also telling you that they were also telling you that I was a clown. They were telling you that Jeff was a clown. They were saying that we were associated with the CIA because we were saying something that no one else would say. Because remember when I told you?
What is that term that we've learned, Shady?
Projection. Remember when I told you we're the antidote and the virus? The reason that they attacked us is because because a control in any scientific experiment is the normal, and then you're experimenting with the different aspects of the experiment to see what happens, but you still have a control, so you know what the control does. If you don't have a control in the situation of media, you don't have anybody tethered to reality. You can say whatever you want. That's the reason for the vigor and force that they came after us with the mainstream media and then the alt-right media.
So Diamond Jim asks a really good question on Rumble. What is the significance of the Flynn family taking the Q pledge? Well, if you've read the Q posts, you realize that General Flynn is an infiltrator, okay? Our movement was infiltrated by the CIA is here, pray, okay? And I think people need to understand this. And no wonder they still, to this day, they attack this show, Shady Groove, because they don't want you to hear what we found out. So let me just paint the picture here real quick, Shady. Check this out.
Okay.
This is November 1st, 2020, right? Shady, this
2021, I think we figured
2021, that's right. So let's paint this picture with Patrick Byrne's new information from his recent interview. CIA operative who admittedly set up Trump for Russiagate. Okay? Byrne handles Michael Flynn and Joe Flynn. And who is CIA-controlled alt media? Do you see it, guys? Do you see it? This picture paints 1,000 words, Shady Group.
It really does.
And I was there that day. Joey Bag of Donuts, I don't know if you're here, but we were there that day, Shady. In fact,
San Antonio, right?
Yeah, that was in San Antonio. And let me just show you. Oh, my, I'd never released this picture because I don't like it. And this guy was scared of me, dude. There he is right there, okay? There he is. Cue it, Yeti. Do it. Yeti?
I'll eat your ass.
Yeah, no, you won't. No, you won't, okay?
Apologize for that.
You better. And then who else was there? CIA. Who else was there? CIA. What's Brighteon? Why were we kicked off of Brighteon, CIA? Do you CIA what I'm saying, Shady?
I can CIA exactly what you're saying.
Press 17 if you CIA what I'm saying, guys. Let me see the 17's roll.
The CIA seems interestingly like the Nazi.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I cannot see the CIA, or you cannot see the CIA. Now, which is it? And the answer, I want to answer the pledge question. The reason that Flynn would take the pledge, this is so unbelievable, guys. What the operation was amazing, because what it did was, to some degree, it brought him out in the whole light. You put the 17s up there. It brought him out into the light. Q brought Flynn out into the light in a way that he had to start front-facingly deal with people in a different way. So Q was making it look like everybody should be, with the Flynn, everybody get over here and pay attention to General Flynn, so that Flynn would do exactly what he did, Jeff, because after Trump lost the election, they tried with the CIA to get him to sign the Insurrection Act. That didn't work. So then what did they do? Then they created the Reawaken Tour to capture the Great Awakening people and devolution, and Scott McKay and Charlie Ward and Simon Parks and JFK Jr. is alive. Every single ounce of everything I just mentioned came from Civil PsyOps Division in Fort Bragg and the military-industrial complex associated with General Flynn's network.
Yeah. Wow.
And the CIA is wielding psychological divisions of the military against you in media, in the alt-right, and in the mainstream.
Yeah. D. Spence says, CIA, what's going on?
CIA, what's going on too?
Thanks, D. Spence. And we got Trust in God's Word over on YouTube, 17. You CIA it. We got, let's see, Table of Lizards, says Lee Legs. Byrne looks like a troubled man. You would be too if you committed treason to your country, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. And
there's one way out. There's two ways out. One would make it a lot cheaper for the US.
One really would make it a lot cheaper. Yeah, and we haven't even played the Lindell clip yet. That was just the first one.
Wow. So
all of it.
Everybody was captured. So we were captured. You see me there. We were hanging with the CIA, Shady. I mean, do you understand?
They were complimenting us. They were telling us we were doing a good job. We were doing a good job as long as we were focused on the people that they didn't like.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter, wait a minute. Does the CIA really not like the left?
Yeah.
Is Patrick Byrne really? I mean, the CIA does. Let's say if you were to think the CIA does an audit of the United States election in the state of Arizona, what would you think might happen? I would guess that they would find more votes for Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's what they did in Arizona.
That's what they did. Oh,
Yeah.
I might have known that.
So let's go to, here we have a bunch of fools now. Let's the CIA network, we're going to call it now, Shady Grove.
Let's
The
just
Flynn
call it what it
network
is.
Is now called the CIA Infiltration Network.
Very good, sir.
All right. So this is a post that you made. Here you have these fools trying to paint Patrick Byrne as a hero for setting up Donald J. Trump before his first administration with Flynn. We're always wrong until...
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's read it. This is Liz choking on croaking, who actually was pictured at a Hillary Clinton rally saying that she can't believe a woman's going to be president. Okay? Patrick Byrne discussed how he was a tier 1 intelligent asset for the CIA and helped set up the Russia hoax under John Brennan in Emerald Robinson's show, The Absolute Truth. Byrne's docuseries, The Enemy Within, telling his story is a must-watch. No, it's not. It had me on the edge of my seat and connected so many dots for me. What, like you are part of the CIA now, Liz?
What, like he worked literally to try to stop Donald Trump from becoming the president by lying about Russia and never came out and said we made it all up. At any point, he could have said we made it all up. Whenever he was telling us about Operation Snow Globe, he could have told us, "Oh, well, I worked with Brennan to make up the whole Russia hoax, and everything that Q said was accurate." But he didn't say that, did he? He sent Flynn out to tell you that Q was the CIA. 7 sons of guns.
Wow.
Flynn told me that Q was the CIA.
Yeah, and yeah, where's that post, Shady Groove? He said it's a CIA op and a very disastrous one for our country. Why? Because it exposes you, General Flynn, but you had a digital soldiers before Q even posted ready for Q. You must have known this was coming. You must have known because you and your digital soldiers were ready for us. And then you had all these influencers doing fake Q decodes. We even fake Q decoded as well until we realized that General Flynn and Patrick Byrne and these people aren't who you think they are. We knew. I've got a picture of a CIA coin being given to General Flynn, okay, from Brennan. This is not a joke, guys. This is not a game. It's not a joke. And you guys that are believing this crap are insane. Now, let's also pivot to January 6th, Shady. You ready? The CIA funded the Proud Boys, Shady Groove.
Can I read the first line of this?
Go ahead.
Here's my take on Q. I believe it is a major psyop, and from what I can tell, with my eyebrows, bounce your eyebrows. If they, whatever, or whoever is running this op has done a major disservice. Yeah. What I see is a bunch of people sitting waiting for something to happen instead of doing what I've been called for now for quite some time. Local action. You guys sound like Billy Bob Thornton now, doesn't he?
Oh, he sounds like a clown. He sounds like he's part of
Sounds like the CIA.
Oh, wow. So now I see Lance is here. Lance, welcome to the show. It's good to see you here today, Lance Hudgens. And you're naked. We need to get Lance a Redcastle, guys. I see some naked people in here. Let's get them done. So we did a whole dig on the CIA, the January 6th thing. And we show Roger Stone actually was dumb enough to make a movie about his insurrection, okay? With the Proud Boys, with the Oath Keepers, all of it. You need to go watch that. If you haven't seen A Storm Foretold, you need to go find it and watch it, okay?
He thought he was ending Trump. He thought that was going to be the end of Trump. That's why he felt so comfortable that day.
Yeah. And so now you've got the CIA. Let's have the CIA speak for themselves. What do you think, Shady?
Okay, let's let them talk for themselves, Jeff. That's a good idea.
Here we go.
To get back in, but we got Jen.
Okay.
So
what I was saying was that thing about Jaden X is an example of it ain't what you don't know that hurts you. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. So yes, the woman she's asked me, but she kind of asked me in a way that said she already knew it. She didn't know it. I see somebody at the top, maybe it's you, Tish, just put up that, yes, I raised $100,000 in 2003. I raised $100,000 for Enrique Terrio. That doesn't have.
So stop right there. Enrique Terrio is now confirmed that he is a CIA paid for asset, Shady.
Yes, sir.
Can we say that now?
Yes, we can. And every single person, the Joe Biggs and all the other people that he put on those planes to send them to D.C., he was even trying to buy you a ticket.
Yeah, they were.
They even
I'd
wanted
probably
you
be in
there.
jail right now, Shady.
They wanted you there to be the Q guy that they could point to. And since you didn't show up, they had to fall back to their backup plan, which was Tim I-70.
That's right. That's right. Here we
And
go.
to make sure you had the Q shirt on as well.
The Q hat, the Q shirt. Yeah, all of it. And in the court case that I was in with General Flynn suing CNN for $50 million or whatever it was, they were trying to find out who Q was.
This is an amazing week.
Let me continue with the CIA talking because this is huge, guys. Patrick Byrne is self-admitting that he is the CIA working for Brennan to set up Trump in 2016, guys.
The Russia hoax. He's literally saying that the reason that the clown media continued to, at any point, he could have come out and said this. You see, he doesn't understand what he's doing. I have no idea why he has done this, but boy, oh boy, is this creating a great optic for people to realize what we have been saying is absolutely the truth.
And we still have Q influencers still propping up false decodes in regards to General Flynn. Reread the drops, guys. Especially people that I see in here, and I'm not going to say your name, and I respect him highly. Reread the drops. Maybe he sees it, maybe he doesn't, but we saw it. And we got cover from President Donald J. Trump to read the Kellogg book, Out Like Flynn, is chapter 8, called War by Other Means. Not 5DG, whatever, W warfare. That's psychological operations that they're perpetuating on the American people. Now,
we got cover from Dan last night by posting the 128, staying up to 128 in the morning and posting that. That gave us cover again, explaining to us that, hey, guys, CIA is here. Pray.
Shady, I got another one too, because President Trump woke up at 2:20, whatever. And confirmed that Obama was a loser after the Daily Beast said that Trump said that Flynn was a loser, guys.
And Patrick Byrne, the guy that's been funding General Flynn, just told you he was working with Obama for the whole Obama administration. But he all of a sudden just switched and became loyal to Trump, guys. Yeah, really buying into that apple.
And I know a lot of people are new here. You guys got to understand our journey. We were actually surrounded by the CIA.
It's crazy.
Here we go. Let's continue with Patrick Byrne, self-admitted CIA guy working to set up Trump on the Russia hoax with Brennan. Here we go.
JD and Jeff take victory lap.
But it is the case. What I told you was exactly true. In 2020, I wouldn't have known the guy if he walked up and kicked me in the knee. About a year and a half ago, I started helping Ryan Samsell and Jake Lang and these different groups. And Enrico Terrio's family came to me and said, will you help him? And so I made a pledge too. And that's that. You now know the extent of my relationship. But people like to connect 2 + 2 = 37. And they jumped to all these conclusions. And I've skipped to about 10 different spots in this 4 hours before I joined. And it was filled with stuff like that, like all this stuff about Flynn and McChrystal. Flynn and McChrystal were close. They sort of co-developed this whole way of fighting a war. They went their separate ways. And McChrystal joined the left. Also associated.
That's a good one, dude.
Right, because
so you have the CIA telling you that Flynn is on the right and his mentor McChrystal is on the left.
And you have Shady right there confronting him.
Let's go. Let me back that up a little bit. Here we go.
You're welcome. A good one, dude.
Right, because you just know for sure, but it's something you know for sure that just ain't so.
I can prove it, but okay.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you got me blocked, because I prove it in your feed.
I just want to know.
Oh, is this Sean McGuire?
No, sir, this is Shannon Townsend, Shady Groove of the MG Show.
Have I ever been on your show, Shady Groove?
Yeah, you came on my show spouting off a bunch of bullshit that got patriots all up in arms about being an FBI informant.
Okay, enough of that, guys.
Okay, you know what? What we should do then, and this is another great example.
We're not going to do anything you say. You're going to do what we say. It's we the people, not you the Patrick. You don't control us. You don't control narratives.
Classic.
You don't control anything. Maybe you should sit back and listen to people instead of thinking that you know shit, buddy.
January 6th rioter who sought to create drama. Look at boom, boom, to make you look bad. Patrick Byrne funded all these people.
I opened the door and I walked in. I saw General Flynn. I saw Sidney Powell sitting there. I was not happy to see the people in the Oval Office.
Because they're
Well,
CIA.
again, I don't think they were providing. Well, first of all, the overstock person, I've never knew who this guy was. Actually, the first thing I did, I walked in, I looked at him, and I said, "Who are you?" And he told me. I don't think any of these people were providing the president with good advice, and so I didn't understand how they had gotten in.
We know.
We know how they got in. They
We
got
know
in
exactly.
from the laptop book guy. What's his name?
Garrett Ziegler.
Yep. So, guys, C_A. Do you guys CIA what we're saying now? And they're calling you and Q a CIA op. You know, General Flynn flipped on Q. That should have been, you know, right then and there, a big red flag. But no, the digital soldiers attacked us for noticing. And the noticing will continue. And it continued. And now we have the fact that Patrick Byrne admitted that he set up President Donald J. Trump.
He set
with Brennan.
The Russia clue, which means what we've been saying about the idea. Okay, so this is the reason that this is so insane for me, because what this has done, what we're going to play you Patrick Byrne, but what this has done is it's pushed back the timeline of the known associations that Byrne had. The known associations that we had before were that he was talking about his associations with Comey and the FBI and all this nonsense about Maria Butina, and that he was going to try to help set up Hillary. That's the bullshit he came telling us, that he was trying to set up Hillary. The truth of the matter is he goes way back into the full Obama administration, and he was there on the ground the whole time. And the rubber bullet story with Flynn and McChrystal separating, and then Flynn goes over here and McChrystal goes over here, and then Comey just happens to send a couple guys down, and Flynn just happens to take the meeting without a lawyer. This is the story of the century, everybody. We have been on. This story is bigger than Arabella. It's bigger than all the other stuff. It's connected, but this is the story of the century, because this is the color revolution that we've been talking about for a couple of years now. And they're currently going out on the media and saying, we're exposing ourselves because there's a color revolution going on, and you guys got to be afraid. They're trying to report on what it is they're perpetrating.
I want to read a comment here from Q-Ball 792. Byrne admitting this has some preemptive purpose, doesn't it? Maybe he's lying. Maybe he's telling you the truth.
I don't really know.
Maybe our research backs that up, bruh.
Yep. I mean, I understand that it doesn't.
And look what happens to your computer when you play that. I'm stuck right now. I can't even go anywhere. Look at this.
Oh, no.
I'm stuck. I'm
You're gonna
stuck.
refresh?
No, I got to close the program.
Oh, my God.
So
you want to bail and I'll run for a second and come back?
Let me see. Am I still here?
You're still here right now, audibly here. Yeah.
Okay. There I am. All right. Okay.
You good?
Wow. All right. So, and now my computer has problems when I'm telling you that. See, look, our minds are so melted because they've created so much confusion, Cue Ball. He told you the truth. He helped set up Donald J. Trump. He was on our show saying he set up Hillary Clinton for the deep state.
This right here makes sense. This makes sense what they're doing. And what they're doing is they're trying to normalize the propaganda. This is a pivot to try to normal. If you read the comments, it's crazy how many people underneath those posts by Alex Jones, Lindell, and a couple of other people yesterday, how many people are like thinking that this is great that Patrick Byrne is sharing this with you. This is further in trying to like
treason.
This is treason. And they're trying to make treason normal so that you'll go along with it and stand behind them whenever the damn hammer falls, because they feel like the hammer's about to fall on them, and they're trying to get ahead of the story. That's the only thing that I could come up with to explain what in the hell is going on here. The desperation and the panic, or loudest voices, is fever pitch.
Yeah. And by the way, Cue Ball, that was a great question. And I was using that as an example. We have so much research that it's got to be that he was working with the CIA, bro. I mean, look at it all. Zoom out. I mean, wow. The research that this show has done after we realized that somebody was a fraud, and I'll give you 3 stars in general if you can figure it out, and the attacks that this show has gotten, and the digital soldiers that are fake out there. Q told you all about this.
We would like for you to share this content with people that you know that are absorbed with the Alex Jones InfoWars nonsense. You've got to be able to break through their melons. You've got to be able, like the guys out there, Chase Geiger, whatever his name is, they're spreading this rumor, acting like Alex Jones is a prophet, that he understood what was going on, that 9/11, he did not predict 9/11. Bill Cooper actually is the person who said that they're getting ready to attempt some sort of a false flag event, and they're going to blame Osama bin Laden. That was the intelligence report that came out from Bill Cooper in earlier the summer of 2001, before the 9/11 attacks. Alex Jones copied his message and then took it to his broadcast and sensationalized it and made it all this whole big thing after Bill Cooper had said it, after it had happened, and then he pointed back to it. So they're trying to use this moment to show you guys, the CIA, let me explain something to you. The CIA knew they were going to take those towers down. They had to take the towers down because there was an economic aspect of what they were doing that day. So the reality is, they're telling you Israel did it, aren't they? Israel did everything. What they don't tell you is Israel is puppeted by the CIA. The Mossad is puppeted by the CIA. Whenever you say the Mossad, you're not talking about the country of Israel, and you're more than likely not talking about Bibi Netanyahu in a lot of aspects.
So Qball 792 says, maybe Byrne admitting this, the purpose, giving the military doubts, yes, yet guts to kill their superior. There is more to this. Yes. Who was Slotkin? Slotkin was CIA. So Byrne is in lockstep with what?
With the CIA. And isn't this, but you got to think about, what do they need? What does the CIA need? What do they need? They need people from the military to step up and say that they have somehow been given an illegal order. They don't have that. So since they don't have that, they're trying to create that optic so that people do something stupid.
Yeah. All right. So the interesting shady group, the conservative treehouse right here, has an article. So Patrick Byrne now claims he is CIA asset, worked for John Brennan. Patrick was on the MG show years ago and said, wait till you see who I'm working for. Apparently it's John Brennan. Run from the InfoWars Flynn networks is my message. And here's the article. He kind of, takes it with a little bit of tongue in cheek, but Patrick Byrne now claims he was CIA. I have been asked repeatedly to discuss or share opinion on the Emerald Robinson group consisting of General Michael Flynn, Patrick Byrne, Ann Vandersteel, Ivan Ranklin, all of them. We can just go down the list. I have intentionally ignored these requests because everything around that group itself has always been sketchy, especially Patrick Byrne. Previously, Patrick Byrne claimed he worked for the FBI in part of an operation to dirty up President Trump in the 2016 election cycle. Accepting Byrne's claims, not in detail, but rather the big picture, the sketchy part was always, why would anyone trust what he says against the background of his administration of willful association with such endeavor? That said, everything around Mr. Byrne is just, sketchy. And as an outcome, anything around the associations of Mr. Byrne carried that same sketch. As Grandpa always said, quote, hang around with a one-legged friend long enough and you're going to start limping, end quote. Today, Mr. Byrne said he has been working for the CIA all along. I have no idea if Patrick Byrne is actually working for the CIA. However, if true, that admission should not only create an even larger full stop warning towards anyone and everything associated. Just walk away from it all. Because if there is a factual CIA involvement in this ongoing issue of the team, an interested person is walking into a hall of mirrors. It appears the current storyline that has drawn the admission, again, if true, which is sketchy, then Flynn Inc. is providing conspiracy fuel for the Q adherents. Now, these are the fake decoders, guys. That would explain some of the tribal responses towards the Byrne-Flynn activity. Within the claims of Byrne, there is seemingly open admission that his group has been trying to send information to the office of Tulsi Gabbard, with both some success and some pushback. Roger Stone is cozying up with Tulsi, just so you guys know. Perhaps this is the fire hose of noise that led to a prior request for assistance. Bottom line, everything around Patrick Byrne seems increasingly sketchy and unstable. Proceed with caution. Absorb it through the entertainment prism, or like CTH, compartmentalize it, but mostly ignore it. I'm not going to ignore it because we have been affected by these pukes, Shady Groove.
Targeted, not affected.
Targeted.
targeted for elimination. All of their minions said that they were going to erase us from the internet and steal our audience, like Joe Rambo and company. See, do you realize that whenever I started producing the Q Lounge Live on my own, there was not another show on the internet that talked about this stuff like that. There wasn't. There was nothing out there. The closest thing to what I was doing, talking about this stuff, was Praying Medic whenever I started to broadcast the Q Lounge. And then we started to do an everyday show together so that we could keep up with this in real time and have an informative daily show. And so what did they all do? Well, they all watched us do that. They all watched us be successful. Then they worked to get us demonetized, and then they copy and pasted what we were doing and tried to create Badlands Media and these Alpha Warrior people and all these other shows that like have absolutely no connection to anything that happened. The Q posted during our live show probably about 300 times.
Yeah,
during the live broadcast, Q posted. Q didn't post during any of these other people's live broadcast. And then Red Pill 78 was so aggravated that Q was posting during our show that he started broadcasting during our broadcast. And then Q stopped posting in the second hour of our broadcast that overlapped his and only posted in the first hour. So there's a number of things that are connected with this show where we know how to sniff out the garbage. And yeah, we did get sucked in by their network, but we navigated it with a little bit of help from the drops that we reread over and over and got away from it once we saw that they were against what we were doing. They were not for Trump. They're not MAGA. None of these people are MAGA, guys. They're Democrats pretending to be MAGA. You think the Hodgkins twins are conservative? You think Candace Owens is conservative? Look at her history. Do you know who introduced Candace Owens to her husband?
Yeah.
Russell Brand.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Brand, Rusty Rockets, whatever, on Rumble. That's who introduced him. So now he is amplifying her nonsense. And her husband is a Tavistock foreign MI6 intel agent connected to the bloodline families. And they're here like Patrick Byrne.
Let me stop you real quick. So yeah, they are here. So we can tie Candace Owens to the Flynn Network now. Why? Yep. Because who is giving her information?
George Webb.
George Webb. How does that connect? Do you guys realize that connects to General Flynn?
Yes.
Here's Adrian Smith right here. George Webb is now pushing the, well, we've got to go with Flynn now narrative. Add him to the list. Guys, they're all CIA.
And their message is all syncing up in real time. You're watching it with InfoWars, Flynn, CIA, mainstream media, alt-right media, politicians, Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rand Paul, all these people perfectly aligning against Donald Trump as he takes his first step onto a stage to beat the crap out of these numbnuts in the midterms, because they're all saying he's going to lose. Everybody's telling you he's going to lose. Let me tell you something. The MG Show and Matrix are sitting here to tell you we are not going to lose the House in the midterms. I'm going to make a bet.
Yeah. It's crazy, guys. And, you guys got to start, understanding the truth is learned. It's never told. I mean, we're sharing with you that the research that we've done, okay, and the research against these people it just adds up. It's too much.
It's rock solid.
And then when somebody comes out and tells you who they are,
believe them.
Wow. Just wow.
It's a great day. It's a great week.
Wow.
Because remember, Ivan Ranklin put the meme out. He said that in so many days, if you don't capitulate to our demands, then all hell's going to break loose. This is what he meant. And so now they're basically saying because their information has been refused, Tulsi or whoever else is refusing their information, we can see that their information is being refused and refuted. Emerald Robinson, all this Venezuela stuff that they're saying about this other guy and the Lara Logan guy is talking about all this stuff. All of it is CIA contrived narratives to throw sand in your face and to stop you from watching Donald Trump and listening to what he says. Because if you listen to what Donald Trump says, all of a sudden you snap out of this psychodrama and you're in the golden age in 3 seconds. The man is talking about the golden age. These people are still talking about Cold War doom and gloom.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it, guys. Wow. Shady. I want to just, this is what is the post? Let me just grab it real quick. It is 3586. Shady, you dropped that yesterday a couple times. It inspired me. Okay.
Did.
So let's look at this post. Okay. 3586 News Unlocks. Once CIA, always CIA. Former CIA elected to Congress. Former CIA running for Congress. Former CIA running for Senate. Former CIA elected to Senate. Former CIA elected to presidency. George Bush. Defined black op clandestine. Once CIA, always CIA. Snowden, pre-NSA. Snowden, base of ops, geolocation. Whistleblowers versus POTUS. Former CIA. The whistleblowers versus POTUS. We know some of them are former FBI. Okay. These are whistleblowers, fake. Define black op, clandestine. What happens if rogue elements of the U.S. ABC intel agencies target to insert U.S. political system, president, VP, House, Senate, National Security Council, U.S. ambassadors, etc., in black op designated to control friend versus foe targeting, self-preservation? NSA versus CIA, Shady.
Friend versus foe. Read that line again. To control friend versus foe scenario. What did it say?
So president, VP, House, Senate, NSC, U.S. ambassador, etc., in black op designated to control friend versus foe targeting, self-preservation.
So whenever you hear that, to control friend versus foe, that doesn't mean our side versus their side. Right. That means control friend versus foe. Control friend, control foe. You recognize that. The reason that we are a problem for them was because we were uncontrollable.
Yeah.
And they knew that we were a loose cannon, and they were very tentative to even associate with us because they didn't know that they were afraid that we were going to see through their nonsense, which we did.
We did. I think they knew.
I think they knew we would see through it.
Yeah. It's kind of wild, bro. I also want to, let me see if I got a full picture of it. I took a couple pictures of it. Here it is. Let me just go ahead and copy this. So we were on the Great Reawaken Repackaged Q Tour, is what that is, Shady Groove. Okay?
Yep. They took the Great Awakening and tried to turn it into Reawaken.
Let me get this posted. So we were the CIA with Clay Clark and General Flynn have the Reawaken Tour. Patrick Byrne was on there many times. So now we have the CIA involvement with the Great Reawaken Tour. It's confirmed. Okay. I don't need to argue with anybody. So here I am, Shady Groove, right here. This is in Clay Clark's own office. These are all the people that are paid off.
That are part of the network.
Yes. You don't see me on there. You don't see Shady on there. They knew.
They knew we were not part of their association. And all roads lead to a way to insert narratives against Donald Trump.
Yeah. They were trying
this looked like a map to help Donald Trump to you.
No.
Think about that. They try to present this like, oh, look, we're all helping.
Look at the picture they use of Trump.
Look at the picture they use, and look at they got everybody's guns or arrows, quote unquote, pointed right at him.
Yeah. He takes all these slings and arrows for you guys.
Target in the middle. Trump is the target. You're the target. We were the target. Yeah. Q was the target.
Look at this. Look at this.
I can't believe what we've been able to accomplish.
Look at this, Shady.
This is amazing.
Jeffrey Prather, Ann Vandersteel, General Flynn, General
McInerney,
George
Webb,
Roger Stone, Lynn Wood, Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani. See, some of these people may not be knowingly, but a lot of them are. Mary Flynn O'Neill.
Just so that you realize, Candace Owens admitted that her information about all this nonsense to do with Charlie Kirk is coming from George Webb, guys. She admitted it. So every single day it's something different. It's the Egyptians, it's the maroon shirt people, it's the military, it's the Israel, it's Egypt. Every single one of those narratives came from George Webb. And now it makes perfect sense because that's all that guy does.
Tucker Carlson, Ian Smith. Look, they even have Charlie Kirk in big nut letters right here. They couldn't get to him. Thank God.
Yeah, nobody behind him.
Wow. Bob the plumber, Dr. Gina. I mean, look at this, guys. We have it all. We have it all.
We beat them.
We beat them, guys.
We beat them before the first shot was fired. It was just only a matter of time.
That's right. Look at this, guys. These are all the people that they're trying to catch. Mel K, Scott McKay.
They caught them all. They caught every one of them. There's not a single one of the people that are on that list right there that will associate with us with even a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
None of these people will associate all. And by the way, a lot of these people believe in flat Earth, and so there's that.
Yeah, the sign people that helped us.
They're all like flat earthards. I'm like, oh my God, we got to get away from these people.
Pastor Greg, look at this. Marty Grisham, attorney. I mean, look at this. Guys, look at this.
We're not saying that all these people are CIA. To the comments, you're telling me all these people are CIA. No, we're telling you that the CIA has their tentacles into all of these people, and this is Clay Clark's board. This belongs to this picture he's showing you is a whiteboard in Clay Clark's radio studio in Oklahoma. This is his board. This is his operation, and that he was showing Jeff whenever Jeff went to do the whole talk about.
They were trying to buy us off.
They were trying to buy us off with the podcasting thing. Yeah,
and we didn't do it. We'll be right back after these beautiful boom messages.
God love America.
The MG Show. Not funded by dark money, but funded by listeners like you.
Hello to all of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's a 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
There is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received the generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back in stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get our MyPillow bed sheets only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings, regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. How about our My Towels? They're finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first time and the only time ever, get our limited edition premium My Pillows. They're made with Giza cotton and designer gusset. Queen $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
MyPillow is excited to announce they're having their biggest 3-in-1 sale ever with a limited edition product, a back-in-stock special, and a closeout deal you won't find anywhere else. MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88, any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, only $29.88. Once they're gone for good. My Towels are finally back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. And for the first and only time, get their limited edition premium My Pillows made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset. Queens, $17.98. Kings, only $19.98. Also, for a limited time, when your order is over $100, you will receive free shipping plus $100 in free digital gifts. So go to mypillow.com or call 800-873-0478 and use promo code MGSHOW. Use your promo code for the best offers ever. Quantities are extremely limited, so order now.
Wow, guys, let's take a victory lap. We really need your help. Let's go, guys. Help us out. We need donations.
Once CIA, always CIA. That's the golden rule, they say. Suit leaves Langley, but the leash don't break away. Trade the trench coat for a pinstripe, keep the burner in the drawer. Same old spooks just walking through a different marble door. Once CIA, always CIA. The badge don't ever fade. From the farm to the floor, they still run the same old trade. Black ops in the shadows, black ops in the light. Once CIA, always CIA. Forever in the fight. Former spook in Congress, former spook in the race, former spook in the Senate, smile on his face. One became the president, wave from Marine One stare, but the files in Langley still list him as ours, handle with care. Define black op clandestine, off the books no trace, plausible deniability written all over the place. When the road boys in the agency decide the country's lost its way, they run a quiet op on Pennsylvania Avenue, the American way. Snowden wasn't CIA, he was NSA through and through. Worked out of the Cunha tunnel on a who's hidden side. Buried deep beneath old pineapple fields, turned spy bazaar. Cool concrete catacombs where the signals never died. Once CIA, always CIA. But NSA watches too. Five Eyes upstream prison, they know what you're about to do. When the whistleblower drops the docks and runs to Hong Kong's glow, the whole machine screams traitor, but everybody already knows. What happens when the deep black turns the guns back home? When Langley or Fort Meade decides who sits upon the throne? They leak, they forge, they flip the vote, they plant the compromat. Call it self-preservation when they stage a quiet coup like that. NSA versus CIA, mirror images in the dark. One collects the signals, one runs the cutouts and the sparks. But when the rogue wings flap together, friend and foe both feel the blade. One CIA, always CIA, and the Republic slowly fades. One CIA, always CIA. Ask not for whom the black op runs, it runs for thee today.
Wow. It's giving me Johnny Cash vibes. Once CIA,
always CIA.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that is written by me last night late. Shady Groove, I didn't get to bed till 2 a.m., bro.
I gave you the meme.
You get, well, yeah, you inspired because you
dropped.
you dropped
You just said
3586.
Look at that. Did you see? He gave me a little bit of love right there, guys. That was so good. I mean,
just a little bit.
He's got to keep me on my edge. I understand. I know what you're doing. I'm like an elastic band. Like you
otherwise, you're not going to fit in the frame. Your head will get so big, Shady.
Apologize for that. Blow up like a balloon.
And don't forget,
you call me Watermelon Head.
Let me just go ahead and make another connection too. Remember that Eugene Yu was on the board with Patrick Byrne, and the whole Eugene Yu True the Vote bull crap was probably
I'm
CIA.
CIA.
Sorry, Greg.
What CIA?
Sorry, Greg. We got a lot of great donations. Ducks, thank you for that. We got a bunch of those. We got ZFM Sticks to Build the Fire, $10. We got Lisa 17 Blair. I knew last night when that video dropped, the show was going to be incredible today. Take a victory lap, guys. There will be more to come. Absolutely. Storm Rider for Johnny Cash, the man in black, $50. Thank you so much. Patriot Polywog, more sticks, MG show. Thank you so much. That was $10 as well. And KP Moore, Q plus $5 Rumble rant. Guys, you know, no wonder they spent their whole 4 years with their Biden in place, okay, to disparage Q. And now the Q posts are unlocking because of the news. News unlocks the Q posts. And it's not General Flynn. He's not Q. His digital soldiers did false and fake decodes, okay? And they all attacked us. They all have us blocked. And we were put in their echo chamber, okay? We were put in their echo chamber on Twitter 1.0, and I think we're still in it today. I don't want to be in their echo chamber. I am telling the truth from research, and you make up your own mind, Shady.
Yeah, we are. They left us in the echo chamber and they took it off of all the operators. And so then if you like now were to go to X with an account with no followers or no people, the only thing you're going to see is InfoWars nonsense. It's actually insane. I'm working on doing a little bit experiment and it's unbelievable what I am seeing. And Jeff, it would be, I think that we would like to say that the post said something like this. It said, they never thought that she would lose. Now they all lose. Q plus, one of the greatest Q drops ever.
Yeah. Somebody said Q funny. Why is it funny? Because it's true. Isn't that funny? You know, sometimes when you see things that are actually true, it does make you laugh.
But you got to understand that the people that see that they didn't see through it because all of these people were introducing all of these narratives around Q. The narrative about JFK Jr. being alive, not true. The narrative about all of these people going to be rounded up and arrested. Q never actually said that. Q said accountability is coming one day and showed us how that they were operating. And what Q was about it was about making them make mistakes that they could not unmake. They've already made those mistakes that they could not unmake. And I think that is why they're going to the microphones right now, flipping their lid. Not only did we have what we just showed you, but then after that, General Flynn runs to Alex Jones yesterday during this whole thing and starts screaming and yelling about how he's the number one guy and that it's time for Donald Trump to bring him back in, that he's somehow ready. So he has moved himself to Washington, D.C., bought himself an office there, set up shop with Vandersteel and the numbnuts, and he thinks because he's there, he should be being brought right in, but he's being ignored, and that pisses him off in a big way. So he sends out his little minions to start attacking us. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tom Massey, all of these people that are attacking you are associated with General Flynn.
Yeah. Now, so General Flynn, he doesn't think the Q, and they call it QAnon. We know that there's no QAnon, but there was before it all got spun up into a straw man by the mainstream news and the CIA. So let's listen to General Flynn say that he thinks he'll call it QAnon because he is CIA. Check it out.
So the QAnon movement really is a movement that spun out of your digital soldiers. I'm tired of these QAnon people attacking me.
Maybe, I don't know that.
But you know some of them.
I think it's a disinformation campaign. I think it's a disinformation campaign that the CIA created. That's what I believe. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I think it is. I think it's a disinformation campaign. It's actually a very interesting article today that was sent to me. I'll send it to you about how the QAnon movement has failed and all that. But I find it total nonsense, and I think it's a disinformation campaign created by the left, and the types of people that can create something like that are the kinds of people that we train for certain with certain skills in the CIA.
We trained.
I'm aware that the CIA does it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was.
Yeah, I'm aware the CIA does programs where they'll give you 75% of the truth and then wrap it in a package that makes you look crazy to demean the truth they gave you.
And that's what the digital soldiers did to Q.
I've always assumed that Q, as it originally started, may have been white hat operation that got, in effect, kidnapped by the black hats, or is either a black hat or a white hat. I don't know. I don't care.
So Q was the same the whole time. It was many different people. What Q got, he said, I don't know who usurped it. It's the digital soldiers that usurped it, guys, and the fake decodes. Shady.
Q was an operation, and it was the same operation from the beginning till the end. The same, less than 10 people knew. Less than 10 people. We know that there was about 3,500 devices used to make those drops so that they could not be found. Because Q would not have worked the way it did to out them if they were able to identify the source of the information. Because, number one, they knew the source. Everyone knew it was coming from Trump, but they couldn't prove it. So what they were trying to do was they were trying to find legal evidence to somehow show that somebody around Donald Trump was doing something illegal by posting those drops. They were never able to find any device that connected anyone in the administration to one of those drops. But I know with 110% certainty, it was coming from Donald Trump's inner circle.
And also, for our information, for the information that we dug on, like the Pacers, let's take that one for example. The CIA is of the bloodline. And the minute we posted the research, it all started the attacks on you, me, and all of us that asked the questions that was trying to prove me wrong. This guy was trying to prove me wrong. Okay. And the PACER is created by the CIA protects the bloodline, guys. It protects their assets, not yours.
That's why the OSS was created by Sing Laub to begin with. The Sing Laub OSS was generated and created on the backs of anti-communism. Everything that was built on the guys at the back of anti-communists were the communists. Joe McCarthy was a prophet. McCarthy was telling you the truth. And everybody in the media and everybody else like belittled him and attacked him and speared him and threw him out the door. He was telling you the truth about what we're seeing right here. These networks were built out of Korea. They were built out of Vietnam. They were built out of the drug trade. They prop up the drug trade. The Silk Road is now the CIA clandestine black ops. And we're blowing up their coke boats, and they're really pissed off about it. Whenever you knock out 6, 10, 20 boats of 20,000, 30,000 pounds of stuff, boy, oh boy, they start to get aggro, man, and they start making videos and saying very treasonous stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, the founders of America's Future is U.S. Army, and America's Future is General Flynn's network. Okay, that's his 501c. And the founder of America Future was U.S. Major General Chief in Staff of Korea and CIA operator who became involved with the Iran-Contra scandal with Oliver North. Okay, this link came through the membership of the American Freedom Coalition, the Moody's organization, which housed many far-right zealots, has been retired from the Army on President Carter's orders and joined forces with every gung-ho Reds under the bed politician in Washington. This is it right here. Mike Flynn invited bullethead Sean Moon. Okay, wow. This is it right here. Moonies, John Sing Laub, okay? Then you've got this right here. This is from americasfuture.net. Major John Jack K. Sing Laub, born July 10th, 1921, is a retired two-star general in the United States, founding member of the CIA.
Oh, say it ain't.
And highly decorated former officer in the former Office of Strategic Services. So do I need more proof to you that it's plausible or almost factual that these guys are CIA, Patrick Byrne included?
And so whenever you hear this,
how much more do you need? I got more.
I know we got more. And, and look at what we also connect. We also connect AT&T, and we also connect a number of the other companies, Western Union, and all these other companies directly to this stuff. We could connect FedEx. We could connect UPS. Like a lot of what you know to be the Fortune 500 companies in America are actually clown front companies. Most of them didn't start out as clown front companies, but as time progresses, they sell up chain and they sell up chain. And the next thing you know, the same 3 or 4 firms like BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street control the majority shares in all the companies.
And if you don't think that President Trump doesn't know this stuff that we dug on Q because of Q, you're absolutely insane.
You know how I know he knows? Because we're creating competition. Okay. What we have been screaming our heads about here at the MG Show is a monopoly. The Federal Reserve and the Fortune 500 companies make a monopoly look like a free market. It's not a free market. You know what would make a free market? Competition. You know how you make competition? You bring in $18 trillion worth of investment and you set it right down in the middle of their monopoly. And then you say, go at it, boys. You can compete now. Now let's see if these people can compete against these people and actually make a profit. They can't because they're all propped up by government subsidies given to them down the chain of these Fortune 500 companies that have five-star stock that are controlled by the globalist elite. The next thing you know, they're saying transgender for everybody. They don't care if they sell Levi's. They don't care if they sell Bud Light. They don't care if they sell the World Series or the NFL. All they want is woke agenda, woke agenda, woke agenda. Therefore, you recognize that they're not really telling you something beneficial to you. They're lying to you.
And, you also have to remember that General Flynn and Alex Jones kept the distance until they actually converged. Watch this. This is December, the trial run for January 6th. Here's Patrick Byrne looking on, CIA agent. Here's Alex Jones, and he's walking up to General
CIA
Flynn.
agent.
Here's Joe Flynn. Okay, look, guys.
CIA agent. Roger Stone on his wall.
Crazy day, huh? It is a crazy day. You scared? We're gonna win. What? No, I mean, you scared? Take my hand? You guys are funny, man.
That's funny because you didn't acknowledge your own brethren because you're supposed to act like General Flynn was with the Q people. Alex Jones was like, I talked to QAnon and all this stupid crap because, wow, guys, it all makes sense now, doesn't it?
It makes so much sense. It's like they admitted it. They tell you whatever they tell you, we're going to believe them.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. And we do really need your support. Thank you so much. I think I got let me do this. This is Neutronic Labs, Yeti. Here we go. Let's get this done. Men, if you're looking for the ultimate edge in life and the gym men, if you're looking for the ultimate edge in life and the gym, this stacks for you. It's even backed by boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. The science behind this stack is simple but powerful. Let me explain why Man's Edge is and 300K are the perfect 1-2 punch. The 300K supports your IGF-1 levels, which are critical for muscle recovery, strength, and endurance. Pair that with Man's Edge testosterone booster, and you're looking at it as improved stamina, vitality, and overall energy. Here's the science. IGF-1, like your body's repair team, it helps fix and grow muscles after you work out so you can feel stronger and recover faster. Neutronics Labs has the strongest and purest natural IGF-1 available in the world. Man's Edge adds extra boost by supporting your testosterone levels, giving you the drive, the energy, and the focus to crush the day. Together, they're the ultimate fuel for performing your best. Ready to feel like a champion again? Check out Neutronics Labs now. They're proudly veteran-owned and have been helping people for over 25 years. Fight back against aging and reclaim your vitality.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, guys.
This is a watershed moment. This is a watershed moment for all of us to recognize and to wake up and to start to slough off the baggage of garbage that we don't need. You don't need Candace Owens in the golden age. You don't need Alex Jones in the golden age. Let me ask you a real big question like that. Why do you need a conspiracy theorist if there's no conspiracy? You see, like this is the point of the reason that we decided to put Donald Trump into office, because we were tired of people generating conspiracies that were not only real, but also detrimental to our lives and our way of life and our well-being. Well, right now, Donald Trump is in there and he sent RFK down to start riding the ship at HHS. He sent Tulsi Gabbard down to start riding the ship. He has sent Kristi Noem out, Tom Homan out, Stephen Miller out. All of these people are working to right the ship. Just because they have the intention to right the ship doesn't mean the ship gets righted in 3 seconds. And it also doesn't mean that there's not going to be insane resistance to what they're doing. The people like Patrick Byrne and Alex Jones and these people that have these narratives, they get paid millions and millions of dollars to generate this nonsense for you. And now they're running this up about Venezuela and elections and compromised politicians in Venezuela trying to like send this information to Donald Trump so that they somehow bring this information in and regurgitate it and normalize nonsense, because what they're essentially trying to say is Donald Trump owes them for winning the 2024 election for him, because they were running ops in Venezuela to stop Venezuela from manipulating your voting machines. Well, I have a
they were helping Venezuela.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion they were trying to manipulate the voting machines, and the illegals that are here, that are 30 million people strong doing all the voting, are conveniently being ignored. Have you ever heard Flynn or Byrne talk about the illegals here voting? They've never mentioned it. There's millions and millions of illegals here voting. I think that's the anomaly. I don't think the machines are as bad as they say. Now, don't go off the. I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying that maybe that's not the point of contention, since they're raising this point so blatantly, and we haven't been able to nail down or prove that there was actually 20 million votes inserted into election machines.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
There's 20 million illegals.
So former CIA director John Brennan says CIA pays people like Patrick Byrne to be spies and then blackmails them. He doesn't consider it blackmail because they think it's about national security. You ready, Shady?
So it's not blackmail if it's national security. So manipulating people to do things you want them to do isn't blackmail?
Agents, the people that you recruit, foreign citizens, if they are hesitant to continue.
He added foreign citizens, but you know it's more than foreign citizens. Okay.
You to spy for you, you can remind them that when they were first recruited and they signed a sheet of paper saying that they had taken some money from us, which is usually what happens, that you could remind them about that, almost as a way to scare them into continuing to work with you.
تضغطون عليهم as a pressure.
Yes, and I said to the instructor, I said, that sounds like blackmail. And he got rather angry at me and said, it's not blackmail. This is the security of the United States we're talking about. You have to do whatever you can in order to keep people on working for the CIA agents. The people
okay, so the CIA protects the United States of America and body politic trust. That's why they were mad at our PACER research, guys. Right. Wow, Shady.
Because they spent the last 60, 70 years working with Nixon and even into the Library of Congress trying to erase that name. We had to go back to like 1910s, 1920 New York Times as the last time that the mainstream media actually mentioned that name. And it wasn't in a good way that they were mentioning the name. But, the headline here should be Brennan teaches you how to do tradecraft.
Yeah.
Like essentially, like he's telling you right there, like, all of these, what have we been telling you? The reason that people like Mel K are doing what they're doing is because they are blackmailed with pornography. The people like Liz Crokin, because they're blackmailed with information. The people that keep saying Epstein's not going away, they're trying to use Epstein as blackmail against Donald Trump. Do you get it?
I get it.
I don't think people get it, Jeff.
Because
I'm talking into the void.
So
I'm glad.
So the CIA, Shady Groove, they're basically saying that the CIA, they're saying that Trump was on the plane. So here we have MSNBC agreeing with Laura Loomer, Steve Bannon, Alex Jones, General Flynn, and others. You ready?
I'm ready.
That. What I don't understand is it seems that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino said the same thing a couple of weeks ago that Pam Bondi said, last week, which started this entire eruption. I mean, it seems to be fairly consistent there. So I don't know why there's this divide between the DOJ and the FBI. Maybe you can help me there.
The CIA.
Secondly, there seems to be an argument coming out of the White House that these files don't exist. And at the same time, the White House is saying this is all a setup. These files were all setups by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. I mean, those two things can't. We often say two things can be true at one time. Those two things cannot be true at one time. You cannot have files that do not exist that were set up by
CIA. Can we just say it?
Good Lord, spit it out, Joe.
Wow.
Holy crap. You're having a hard time.
Wow. I talk to QAnon, Shady.
I talk to QAnon. Zach.
Wow. And Alex Jones was literally upset, guys. Upset with Q. And attacked us directly with Media Matters.
I mean, he's answered to me like 3 or 4 times in the last couple months.
Yeah.
Because we said this is the reason that Flynn and Byrne and all of the people like Crokin and Awakened Outlaw and all these other people, they block us. The reason they block us isn't because they think that we're wrong. The reason that they block us is because they don't want their audience reading our comments to their content.
Because they know we're right.
Because they know that we're right. And like I said earlier, if you are a virus in a system, you're a problem. If you're a virus in a system that adds common sense, logic, and discernment to their situation, that is a massive problem because no one is approaching these things with discernment. Everybody is approaching this information like Candace Owens for the last couple of weeks or a couple months, I guess, with emotion. You're never going to learn anything if you start to learn with emotion.
That's right.
Emotion can inspire you to learn, but it's not the way you learn.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of fucking Donald Trump, man. God, I'm fucking sick of him.
Sick of him, huh? I love Trump, Jeff.
I do too. Press 47 if you love Trump right now.
Big
guys.
Trump fan.
Rolling.
Yeti doesn't show the 47s anymore.
Why not?
I don't know. Jeez, and there's a ton of them.
Part of me,
Look at all these.
the selfish part, wishes I never
okay.
met Donald Trump, wishes
That's
that
weird.
I'd never met Roger Stone. Because
They're CIA.
unlike previous things I'd done that were game-changing, those were just time-space continuum reflections.
What?
Of the third big change I was going to be involved in, and that was bringing Donald John Trump into Austin. So I said it again. I said Austin into office. Because you guys are actually really good questions. This is going to be a really good thing, but I'm going to say it again in a minute. Let's drink some of this Armani after I say it. Because it's the truth, and I'm just going to say it, that I wish I never would have fucking met Trump. I wish it never would have happened. And it's not that the attacks that I've been through. It's I'm so sick of fucking Donald Trump, man. God, I'm fucking sick of him. And I'm not doing this because it's like I'm
just like the left.
You know, it's just like I'm sick of it.
You're seeing the real TDS right there. That's real. That's exactly the way that Slotkin feels. That's exactly the way that Hakeem Jeffries feels. That's exactly the way that Elizabeth Warren feels. That's exactly the way that Nancy Pelosi feels. It's exactly the way that Hillary Clinton feels. Do you understand what we're looking at? And we could find a clip also from General Flynn, where General Flynn says, "I'm not a giant fan of Donald Trump." Well, how can you be that stupid?
Well, you wouldn't be either if you were freaking fired by him in 23 days.
Right. I was
23
fired
pain. That was direct at Flynn.
And then he also, if I was like, out there trying to push for this Turkish cleric to be able to get out of the country, and then Donald Trump doesn't help me with that, and then I get caught for trying to kidnap a Turkish cleric, and I don't get away with that, and then my partner Rafikian gets caught and all hung up and put in a sling of a case. So I'm not too happy about that. So then I got to activate. Oh well, yeah, but it's McChrystal that I have a problem.
Enough. All of this stuff that's happened to President Trump and all the people that are around him for years, because I went through it, but it's continuing to happen. Right. We're not going to put up with this any longer. People are engaged, they're awake. If anything, a guy like Donald Trump, his numbers are going to go up. His numbers are going to go up. And this is I'm not a Donald Trump, giant fan. I know Donald Trump. I know him, and I know him well. And Donald Trump, as I stand here today for the next 4 years, he's the only guy.
Yeah.
And we could also show you the clip where Patrick Byrne came out and he said, "Oh, let's get rid of Donald Trump and let's have a brokered convention and let's bring in Susan Frickin' Rice as the president and General Flynn as her vice president." That he literally pitched that on camera.
Wow. And they wanted General Flynn PSYOP for vice president, General Flynn PSYOP for FBI, General Flynn PSYOP for CIA, General Flynn PSYOP.
They want your Trump Speaker of the House. Mike Pence does this. They're all these little Ivan Ranklin psyops, because what they do is they generate nonsense out of nothing, and then they paint the picture that someone's not doing something about something that they made up out of thin air. That's what Candace Owens is doing. Yesterday she was saying it was the military. At this point, Candace Owens has got a lot of questions to answer.
Yeah. So does General Flynn. So does Patrick Byrne. They
all do. And isn't it interesting that InfoWars launched her? InfoWars, after she was, first she was Black Lives Matter. Candace Owens was Black Lives Matter in like 2013 or 2010 or something. And then all of a sudden, during the beginning of the Trump era, she starts to pivot, and then she kind of coalesced around her and Charlie Kirk. And then before Trump was really even getting going in office, they had split ways. Kirk had gotten rid of her, and now she's out there trying to ruin Turning Point.
Yeah. Just tear it down.
That's what she thinks she can do. And by the way, I saw
competing against Turning Point with his great Reawaken clown shows. With
the
CIA.
And when I caught some of the stuff with Erica over, the last few days, and my goodness, you talk about a strong, amazing, beautiful, glowing human being. Like for the idea to somebody to go on the air and to be that uplifting and that inspirational in the way that you speak to other people after going through such a tragedy just a couple of months ago, to be standing there in the gap and inspiring other people to say, what should I do? Would Charlie want me to sit around and feel sorry for myself? Or would Charlie want me to get up and continue talking about what Charlie wanted to talk about? And that's what she's doing. And she's got this book to publication about taking the Sabbath, which is a very good suggestion, by the way. It's a very good suggestion for all of us to take one day a week and put the phone in the drawer and not look at the damn thing for a minute, and to reassess and refocus on who it is that's right around us in our real lives that are important. And I want all of you out there that are listening to my voice to know that we have spent the last 7 years, and I've gotten to know so many of you on a personal level, not just through messages on social media, but meeting you and seeing you face to face and understanding who you really are as a person, and seeing that we as American, the fabric that is our country, is not weak. I want to explain that to you. The quilt that is America is not tattered and torn. The psychological operators want to make you believe it's tattered and torn. So if they can put that picture in your head, then you can't find the golden age. Only thing you can find is tattered and torn. And you're looking around for the golden age, and the only thing that you can find is things that are messed up, that don't make sense, that are confusing, that are unlogical, and that go against what you think and feel, but somehow they're being made popular by the popular people. If you remember when you were in high school, I guarantee you, every single one of you, that when you were in high school, you were an outcast, weren't you? You weren't with the clique, were you? You weren't one of the guys up there that was on the head of the football team, and you weren't the head cheerleader either. Why is that? Because you saw something in society that other people can't see. And the reason that you're here today with us is because you saw something in society that other people can't see. So God bless each and every one of you who've been able to navigate this minefield that we've been in for the last 7 years. We are literally two dudes reading the news, two guys that love each other, love the way that each other deals with information, and can speak clearly in a concise manner, in congruency and cooperation with each other. That's what the two of us are trying to present to you guys. Cooperation.
Shady, cool. I'll get the nectarines and you hand them down to me.
Yeah.
Cooperation.
I'm just saying.
I had to do it.
Yeah, I know it's cheesy.
I want to address Kathy on youtube.com/inthematrix with 3 X's. Here's her question. Let me see. Wait, where is it?
I'm still on
Kathy,
the screen.
Here you go. Ready?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Trump pardoned Flynn.
So that makes it all good now, right? Oh, so did you not know that there was a pressure campaign with these digital asshats against Donald J. Trump to pardon Flynn?
Yeah, but you have to show some grace. You have to show some.
I am showing grace, but this is a narrative, and Kathy just reminded me of the narrative that we're going to see out there, and I want to nip it in the butt.
No, it's good, but the truth of the matter is the reason that Flynn, they forced a pardon because of the antics between Sidney Powell and Judge Sullivan. Those two created a situation where they brought in a different prosecutor. No one had ever seen that before in law. So the case should have been ended, but they didn't allow it to end, which forced Trump to make the pardon.
Yeah. I mean, we have it all. So what about, okay, pardon. So what about, the judge under Biden's DOJ throwing out a rule for Flynn Intel partner that he violated the FARA Act, and a jury convicted him, and the Biden era DOJ, there's not enough evidence. We're just going to throw it out.
I think that's a good
how about General Flynn and Michael Flynn wanting to kidnap a Turkish cleric for the CIA and bring him to Turkey for $15 million?
I'd like to just bring up something that happened
I got a lot more.
I'd like to bring up something that happened after. Flynn got the pardon in early December, late November of 2020. January the 6th, Flynn ran with Patrick Byrne, funding him, an operation to generate the optic that MAGA is violent by getting his brother, General Charlie Flynn, to stand down the National Guard at the Capitol so that the National Guard didn't protect the Capitol. And all of these people that Byrne and company paid to be there were able to get into the Capitol. And then they made all this media optics so that the media could paint you as violent and compare you to Black Lives Matter and have media narratives for years and years and years, and hopefully prevent Trump from becoming elected again. That was the favor that Flynn did to Trump after he pardoned him. Just consider that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. But we got so much more. How about, General Flynn actually being the keystone in the takedown of Donald J. Trump? What about that? Huh? There's so much. Shady, I got to take a call real quick.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm getting ready to be bugging out on you guys a little bit earlier today, but I will digress back into how we've all got here and what it is that we've navigated. And I understand your question, Kathy, and it's a very good question. And we recognize that this is not easy to navigate. And this is the reason that we come on air every day and we try to address your questions and assert and associate you guys with what it means to be part of what Donald Trump's messaging is. We can see clearly that Donald Trump's messaging is not this doom and gloom nonsense that Alex Jones, Candace Owens, and all of these intel operators are throwing at you 24/7. That is not Donald Trump's message. They would have never been able to guess in a million years that Trump would bring in $18 trillion worth of investment and up in the globalist plan to destroy you. They are here for the destruction. They are here for the fire. You will see every single one of them. Anybody that says something to you like, it's all corrupt, just burn it down. If they're talking about the FBI, the CIA, any of these other different things, that is not the message that I'm bringing. We've never brought that message. And Q explained to us very clearly that 99% of the CIA, 99% of the FBI, 99% of the State Department are good people with bad directors. So we fixed the director situation. The cabinet is solid. We're 9 months, 10 months into a solid cabinet, and the ship is being righted. And the arc of history is currently bending toward the golden age, not World War III.
Yeah. And one of the biggest Q proofs is talking about Flynn. What is his back? Trump administration V.2 question mark? The answer is no.
Right.
Okay. News unlocked the map. And now we have him calling Trump calling him an effing loser.
Multiple sources.
Loser.
From the same periodical that had us taken off the air.
Crazy guys. Flynn's first strike was designed to cripple MAGA, cripple Trump, Russia. Why do you think Trump says Russia 3 times?
3-star.
3-star general?
Because there would be no Russia if it weren't for General Flynn. And now we can see that Patrick Byrne more than likely was part of the operation to generate the Russia connection to any political Republican conservative candidate that would possibly be there to challenge Hillary. Patrick Byrne was in the tank to save Hillary's election. He was not in the tank to keep her from being elected. He was in the tank to get her elected. So how do you do that? You got to connect the conservative candidate to Russia. How do you do that? You get General Flynn and a number of other people in Russia, set up next to the president, take the picture set them next to Putin, take pictures of them, and then whoever becomes the front runner in the primary, then you say General Flynn is your go-to guy because Barack Obama said the last person you should talk to is General Flynn. It's the perfect setup.
Yeah.
You guys think that's not a setup?
It's a setup.
Oh. Rubber bullet.
We have more research than your opinion. Okay. All right. So this is amazing stuff, guys. We have more research than opinions. Okay. I'm tired of opinions. I'm tired of feelings. Your feeling has no IQ. Okay. And we're going to be more Bill Cooper-esque because we were right again.
We've been right every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to continue.
Yeah. But there's no arrest, Shady. Yes, there has been. There's been indictments, James Comey.
30,000. 30,000.
And 30,000. Yeah, there's been a lot, guys.
2.5 million people thrown out of this country already, and 30,000 arrests, and about 20 drug boats blown up. And the price of cocaine is going up, and the price of rent is coming down.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Price of gas is under $3 a gallon in Texas, bro. Or under $2. I mean, under $2 a gallon in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. So, guys, we have a lot more information than you're pointing out or opinions. Please go to x.com/inthematrix, 3 X's. Okay. Go here. Okay. Go here and put FLYNN. Let's see what you get. Okay. Anti-cash psyops associated with the Flynn networks. Okay. We've got Marjorie Trader Brown is in deep with the Flynn cult. Okay.
And Vandersteel attacking MAGA. Right there she is. That's Flynn's right-hand woman, a.k.a. Flynn Fluffer Vandersteel.
Right. They're all CIA, guys. Do you understand? Flynn targeted. Why? Trump admitting V2? No.
Answer.
Last hope. Wow. Okay. And that was a Scavino post. Okay. Alex Jones, and I'm worried about Eagle Ed Martin. I'm going to have to tell you. This is General Mike Flynn's shift against President Trump. Gaslighting.
I will tell you, he's the only one I have any concern over.
Yeah, me too. Here he is calling me a POS for calling him out.
that was a fun day.
That was a great day. It's a win. Direct comms to Flynn. This is no 5D chess being played. Everyone needs to understand that. What you see is what you get.
It is 5D chess against you.
Yes, exactly right.
And that's why he claims there's no 5D chess, because he knows if there is 5D chess, he's the freaking target of it.
And just out December 8th, Shady Groove, Trump thinks disgraced former General Michael Flynn acts like a loser. He's sort of an effing loser. Okay?
Loser.
Patrick Byrne is CIA now. I mean, do you see what's happening here?
Yeah, that we're right.
General Flynn was appointed by who, Shady?
General Flynn was appointed by
Barack Hussein.
Yeah, Barack, yeah.
So he goes, Ray appointed real Donald Trump must be indicted. Okay. So I fixed it. Okay. I fixed it. And I'm glad I did. General Flynn appointed by Barack Obama must be indicted. Fired in 23 days for lying. At minimum, he appeared to interview with Mueller 16 times and took the 5th to the J6 committee. Where are the contempt charges, Speaker Johnson? Ban in war room, real please, no more interviews, General. Instead, we want more answers of the Flintstone Byrne CIA network who clearly worked to usurp and undermine the Constitution of the United States of America on January 6th. I didn't use the word treason at POTUS, at DNI Gabbard, used that very strong word. Was Flynn set up or was he knowingly helping? Words mean nothing without substantial actions.
It's we the people, not you the Patrick.
That's right.
Jeff,
all right. I mean, you got to run. Go ahead. But look at all this, guys. Look at all this.
I'm getting ready to bug out, but I'm going to real quick. I got a half day for 10 minutes today, but I just want to real quick. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being some of the most unbelievable, smart people that I think I've ever known, because you've navigated something that was presented to you and put in front of you for you to not be able to navigate. And had we not decided to do this show, I'm not exactly sure how you would have navigated. So thank you so much for all the support that you've given to us over the course of the last 7 years. And I will be back here tomorrow, but I got to run for 10 minutes.
Good. All right, brother.
Love you.
Why did Flynn pleads guilty to none committed crime? Why did Flynn take the bullet? Rubber bullets sting.
Have in common, but here I'm just going to read.
But they don't last long.
From your book. from page 180. Quote, "My son would have been next on their hit list. Those bastards wouldn't stop until they chewed off every piece of meat on my body like piranhas. It was hard enough that I could barely speak with Michael, that's your son. My lawyers told me I had to communicate with him through them. It was hell. They were going after my son, and I could not let that happen." Talk about that.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he used the CIA shell company Perkins Coie for his lawsuit. We should have known back then. Where were the Anons back then? Oh, that's right. They were faking that General Flynn was a hero. But isn't that epic? They made Flynn a hero. So will that make the fall a lot harder? And that's what I think we're seeing, folks. I really do. And I am not very happy with this guy. Flynn says the Epstein files is not going to go away. Who else says that? Mainstream news, CIA, right? Wow. We had the greatest time in history with President Donald J. Trump. These people are not my friends, and I stand with Trump, not General Flynn. Does that make sense, Shady? Oh, yeah, he's gone. I forgot. Shady. Where's Shady? Yeti, are you here with me? So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and look at In the Matrix with 3x's.com. Go over there, put in Flynn at the top with the search bar and do that, and you'll find out a lot of sauce there. Let me go ahead, go to Rumble Studio. I have an ad here, says my producer. Let me see where it is. It's my Chicago Steak Company. Good stuff. All right, let's check this out, guys. Do you want to give someone who already has everything? You give them a sound perfect sear. That sound. Head to mychicagosteak.com/rumble, code rumble. Chicago Steak Company, top 2% of beef in America. USDA prime and premium Angus, hand cut by master butchers. The kind of marbling that hits a hot pan and fills the whole house with that smell, that buttery meat goodness. You know the one. Spend $229 on any holiday order, and your gift arrives at your loved one's door with 6 free petite ribeyes, plus free shipping. That's $240 in premium steak. Absolutely free, guys. There's also the unboxing, a black and gold gift box worth unwrapping, packed with dry ice, smoked rolling out when they crack it open. Christmas morning energy, guys. It's not just another sweater. It's a dinner that becomes a memory. mychicagosteak.com/rumble. Use that code rumble, RUMBLE. Wow. Guys, I'm telling you right now, we are taking a victory lap because we're always wrong until we're right. And I got the blues. And you know what? It really justifies our research. It justifies the way that these people treated us. Okay? We were surrounded by clowns. CIA is here. Pray. Q told us. Q told us, guys. And I am so happy that we figured it out. We actually read the Q drops. We realized these people are around. We, the media, was like, crashing, and they went over to another server. They're calling Kash Patel Trash Patel. CIA doesn't like Kash Patel either, do they? You see how it's working, guys? You see how the deep state doesn't like the drug boats? I wonder why. Is that hurting the drug trade for the military-industrial complex and their foundations? Is that hurting? Think about the 40,000-foot view of what we've been through. I have speeding tickets. They doxed my daughter at age 15, guys. I don't care about me. And nothing ever happened. Because you know why? Nobody knows who these people are. And if you guys are watching this show for the first time and you don't know what we're talking about, it's our journey. We've been here for 7 years. This journey has been amazing with all of you. We've learned together. Okay, I've been cued many, many times. In fact, my red castle, green castle decode is a delta tomorrow. Q pointed that same post out many, many times. I did the playbook post. Coincidence that they are using the playbook against this show with my post as a Q post? I don't know, guys, but it sure seems to be starting to all be put in place. And I just got to thank you all. We really need your help to survive, guys. We didn't take CIA money. We're funded by you and maybe a couple of commercials here on rumble.com every now and again. And I just can't thank you all enough. But it's been a rough ride. Thank goodness we had money saved up, but that money is dwindling. My retirement, your Shady's retirement. You know, we really need your help. GiveSendGo.com/helpmgshow is a great place to go. Or go to mg.show. That's our website, mg.show/donate. And do a monthly donation if you can. Or just a one-time. You can do it there. You can use PayPal, Real MG Show. You can use Cash App, Real MG Show. We love you guys, and we really need your help because these guys have been on us, it's been an active campaign for you not to watch this show. And I can say that with 100% accuracy. And I got the sauce to prove it. And I got just, you know, it's Christmas time, and I know you guys might be, you know, a little hurt here and there, and I get that. But, you know, we just want to survive. We want to make a season 8. We want to make it through the whole season 8, guys. And with you, we will. And we really appreciate you as well. We got an interesting month here. We're going to do some Rumble Premium stuff here sporadically, not just on Friday. We have to get these out because Shady's going to be taking a little bit of a trip. I might still be having a show because Yeti did offer to co-host. And I'm really, Yeti, thank you for that. Press 17 if you want Yeti to co-host while Shady's gone. What do you think, Yeti? Is that good? Do we have the 17s? Let me see them. Let me see them. And we love you guys. And so let me see. What do we got here? I want to go out with power to the people, okay? Power to the people and not the C_A, guys. It's you. They're protecting the trust, the Pandora's box trust, the pay-sewer trust, where the money came from. That's what they're protecting. And we exposed it. And I'm pretty happy about it. Who'd have thought? There's several people that I really respect. C. Page is out there. Rebel Valkyrie. You know, who'd have thought us, you, Shady, us, were smarter than the intel agencies? So smart they had to defund us on YouTube. YouTube defunded us, guys. They deplatformed us for 5 years. As soon as the Hunter Biden laptop thing went viral, we lost our account. And Media Matters is the one that helped do it. We have been surrounded by CIA spooks this whole time. Where we go, one, we go all. We love you very much. Thank you, Yeti, for today. Power to the people. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You have a choice. It's always been yours.
Thank you for your donations, everybody. Appreciate you guys so much.
Breaking through the noise. They pull the strings. They set the stage. Divide us with wars. Lock us in a cage. Race and class, faith and fear. They scream so loud, but we're still here. Through MG Show, the truth breaks free. MG music lifts us, a rallying plea. Power to the people, hear the call ignite. Dark to light, we're stepping out tonight. They're losing grip, their shadows fade. Together we stand unafraid. Oh, power to the people. its
Yeti, stay with me. I got a commercial here.
power to the people. Ooh,
Power to the people, guys. We rise. Now, real quick, guys, I've got an actual commercial here real quick. It's King Canine. This is a good one. Oh, playback failed. Uh-oh. I have to refresh, Yeti. Hang on one second. So we are funded by you. Thank you guys very much for your donations. It looks like I can't accept and start. Sorry about that. 11 minutes. Okay, it didn't show that on my other thing. So you know what? Let's just take our victory lap one more time, guys, since you're still with us. Yeti, I'm going to play one more song. Is that okay? I love you. What? The MG show is always wrong until they're right. I got the blues. Let's go, guys. It's 2 for Wednesday.
I woke up this morning, clouds hanging tight, stumbling through the dark till I find the light. MG music humming low and tight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. I got the always wrong till I'm right blues. Hear my plea. Mistakes keep piling, weighing down on me. MG music plays through the fight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. Folks point and laugh, say I'm a fool, tripping on my words, breaking every rule. MG music brills, cuts the cruel night. I'm always wrong till I'm right. I got the always wrong till I'm right blues. Hear my plea. Mistakes keep piling, weighing down on me. MG music plays through the fight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. Preacher Ben, son, you're lost in sin. I said, Reverend, I'll lose till I win. MG music roars, my soul takes flight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. Preacher man said, son, you're lost in sin. I said, Reverend, I'll lose till I win. MG music roars, my soul takes flight. I'm always wrong till I'm right. So pour me some whiskey, let the night unfold. MG music hums a story untold. I'll crawl through the blues till the dawn's in sight. I'm always wrong till I'm right.
We are a lot. Thank you very much, guys. Go raid His Glory, CIA. Oh, my God. Tell him that Patrick Byrne is CIA. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Raid it, raid it, raid it, raid it, raid it. Love you guys. www.mg.show. Boom.